Now, square roots are the beginnings of your guys reversing what we did with exponents. So let's review exponents for a minute. What is 5 squared?
25.
25. Okay. What is negative 5 squared?
Negative 25.
No.
Positive 25.
25.
Jenny said it correctly the first time. It's negative 5 times negative 5, and negative times a negative gives me 25. Positive 25. What is 3 squared?
9.
What is negative 7 squared?
42.
Oh, 40.
Negative
2. 9. 49.
Wait, oh, wait,
40.
sorry, I'm...
It's positive 49. 7 times 7
I
is
said that.
49.
No, don't say that.
Okay. 7 times 7 is 49.
Wait.
Negative times negative is a positive.
I'm cold.
Okay, get
I'm
over
Nick.
it. Now,
Pleased to meet you.
here are some numbers you're going to need to know. Okay, and some of you already know them. But what is 1 squared?
Ah.
Jenny says 1. Is she correct? Jordan?
What was the question?
1 squared equals
1.
1, correct?
Maybe.
What is 2 squared equal?
4.
What does 3 squared equal?
9.
4 squared?
8. 16.
24.
16.
16.
5 squared?
25.
25.
6 squared?
36.
7 squared?
49. 64.
Stop cheating, Nick.
Shut up.
9 squared?
81.
Shh, guys, 81. 10 squared?
100.
11 squared?
121.
120.
121.
Oh,
12 squared?
144.
Nick!
144.
You're blowing me off, man.
13
So
squared?
169.
Good.
Oh, are you smart?
14 squared?
216.
196.
Oh.
Crap.
15
Way to remember 13
squared.
and 14 are there
200.
that reverse it itself.
25.
225.
Are you
Write these
serious?
down. I expect you to know these without a calculator.
Really?
Yes, these 15.
Can I just watch? I'm
Right.
not going to be able to remember.
Where?
All right, but I want to see this in your notes. So if you have to write it down on your own at home, that's fine.
Easy. Like,
Yes.
come on. Kindness, I'm not having it.
So where do I write this always happen?
Okay, you need to know these. I don't care how you do it. All right.
Because Brandon needs a ride.
They're not hard. Okay, like...
Okay, stop. It's okay. It's okay.
At least...
I want to know this without a calculator. Okay, guys. Here's the next thing I need you to know without a calculator. When you need to write it down.
Haha, I knew that one.
Congratulations. Okay. See if you can figure out which number comes next.
16.
4. 5. Oh.
Wait, what?
What comes next?
After what?
6.
What comes next after what?
What are you counting by?
Okay, prime numbers, the ones where you can't, like, factor anything out of them.
Oh, you're a smart
You can factor 1.
17.
You skipped one.
15.
No, you can't 15.
14. Wait,
Nope,
no.
2 times 7.
Wait, we
Okay, stop a sec. Now
Third.
that Gina said prime numbers, okay? Prime numbers are numbers that you can only divide by themselves in 1.
Uno.
So if you say 14, if I can say that's 2 times 7, it doesn't work. No even number works after 2, because you can always divide them by 2. Okay, so you can't have any more even numbers. 23.
Wait, you said we missed one.
No, missed. Brandon called out 17 when I was on 11.
Oh, okay.
So he'd skip 13.
I didn't know we're doing the order. I was just calling
Yeah,
it prime
that's
number.
prime. And then from here, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Prize
27?
number you can't
What's
multiply
27
anything
going
to get it,
to?
right?
You can't divide any number. You can't divide it by anything but 1 in itself.
37.
32, 33, 11, 34, 36, 37 is the next one. We'll stop here.
What about
That's basically a lot of
39? What
odd
goes in that?
39 goes 3 times 13.
Oh. That's weird.
These are really odd numbers. Okay, yeah. These are really odd numbers. And I don't mean odd like not divisible by 2. I mean they're strange. There's a lot of weirdness involved with them. I really need you to know them up to about 13, I think, without a calculator. But some of these other ones could come up, so write down those. I will try very hard to avoid going higher than 41, except I know 43 is one, 44, 45, 46, 47. 49 is not. Is 51 prime?
Yes.
Hey, it's
No, no,
27.
no.
3 times 17. That's the one that always gets
It's
people.
27 prime.
3 times 9.
You're a smart cookie, Mr. Bubba.
I'm paid to think about this stuff. 53 is 1. I gotta stop, okay? Because I can play this game all day. Okay, now I'm gonna erase these examples. Here's where these 3 ideas come into play. We're gonna combine all 3 of these ideas, knowing your squareds, knowing your prime numbers, and today we're gonna simplify square roots. So first, let's start with something obvious. Have you guys seen
No.
a radical sign before?
That's what it's called?
Is that a division thing? Or is that the,
Nope.
the
Oh,
squared
it's
thing?
It's a square root thing. It's called a radical
Oh, yeah, I've
sign.
seen that.
Okay, good.
As if I would just call it a big check.
I'll be calling it a radical sign.
The Nike
Okay?
sign.
Now, the radical sign is the operation, like adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing, sort of. We're going to consider this the operation that reverses squaring. It reverses squaring, and it's got some rules to it. The simple one, simplest way to do it, is if, by example, I ask what is the square root of 36? Okay? What would you tell me?
6.
6. Because 6 squared is 36, what this radical says is, you're asking yourself, is there any number which when I multiply that number by itself gets me 36? And the answer is 6. I was taught this a little differently than your book. Okay? Just out of curiosity, is there any other number that you can multiply by
2.
itself and get 36?
2. Oh, no.
So 30. Wait, no.
No.
What?
36.
6.
36.
No.
No?
9 or 3.
Oh, by itself?
No?
No.
It's got to be multiplied by itself
No, it's not.
for it to work as a square.
No.
No.
Negative 6.
Oh.
Okay?
You're
So
that's
remember
negative
how
36.
Oh,
6 times 6 equals 36.
Turds.
Also, negative 6 times negative 6 equals positive 36, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So these sort of have 2 possible answers, but I'll tell you what your Algebra 1 book does, and your Algebra 2 book will change this a little bit. I learned that this answer was either positive or negative 6. And this plus or minus sign represented both possibilities. This means it equals 6 or it equals negative 6, and either is okay. Your book right now is not doing that for this chapter. Okay? Your book says the square root of 36 is positive 6. And if they want you to think about the negative, watch this closely. This is what they'll do. They'll put a negative sign in front of the radical, and then you'll know that you're looking for negative 6. Does this make sense?
Yes.
We.
Okay, so for this chapter, if I ask you,
So, I got a question.
yeah,
If it's a negative, so let's say if it's negative 81, like,
so for example, if I ask you for the negative square root of 81,
it'll be
9. Negative 9.
it would be negative 9. Thank you, Brandon, for interrupting Jordan.
So it'll just be the negative, basically.
Yeah, and if I want the positive, if I just say, what's the square root of 81?
It'll just be 9.
It'd just be 9.
Alright, cool.
But I will tell you, later on in your math careers, the Algebra 2 at the latest, it'll be more like this. You'll be asked, what's the square root of 36? And you'll be expected to know that it could be talking about the positive or the negative. But for now, we'll keep them separate. Okay?
Look at my math book.
Not yet. Not yet.
Please, I
Hold
give
on.
$1.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay. Any questions on this? Okay, Nick, follow me over here. I'm going to erase the pre-calculus stuff.
Can I go get it real fast?
No. Don't ask me.
Okay,
Okay, now. Here's where this gets a little bit exciting, all right?
I mean, a little bit.
We're going to learn
Shut up.
some radical rules.
Yay.
Here's some radical rules.
All radical like Norby.
I always knew you were a California skateboard type, Jordan.
I am.
Does this
Radical
zoom?
rules, okay? Here's what we're going to learn. You can split up multiplication and division with radicals. Can't do it with addition or subtraction, but multiplication or division. So for example, okay, if I have the square root of 2 numbers being multiplied together, that's the same thing as the square root of one of the numbers times the square root of the other number.
Example.
Example. Okay. Here's my example. I have the square root of 72.